Hello and welcome to this segment of Daybreak Africa on Kaftan TV, and I'm Yetunde Alanamu. Today we'll be talking about keeping fit, importance of exercise and guiding principle. Okay, let's briefly have a short definition of exercise. Exercise is an important part of overall physical and mental health. Anyways, many people know this, but they just don't know how to get started. So that's why I'm here with Mr. Adebisi Adebayo to tell us more and what we need to know about exercise. Good day, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, to start the discussion, how best can you describe exercise?
Okay, you said something like exercise is overall physical and mental state.
Yes.
So now let's I think the main important thing we need to discuss now is the physical and the mental. And when we talk about the physical, we're talking about the body transformation, the things you gain by participating in the physical activities. Whereby, for example, when you go for weight loss and people start seeing you, they'll be like, oh, you are changing, yes. You're coming down. Those are the physical area. Then when we talk about the mental aspect is that, you know, exercise helps in mental aspect in terms of it kills depression. If you're a type that thinks a lot or you have something in your mind, I've seen with my experience that I noticed that when I train people, they easily open up while exercising. There's this vibe you gain. You'll be able to, if you want to feel good, you exercise.
Really?
Yeah. If you want to feel good, you exercise, because if you think a lot, it actually improves the way you think, the way you plan things. This energy, I call it a good vibe. So
good
anything
vibe.
About good, you don't sleep very well, exercise will help you. So many times I've seen people that improve, not just about the weight loss, when it comes to the mental
yes.
aspect, the depression, the thinking, well, it helps when it comes to thinking right, when it comes to anything good, you know what I'm saying? So that is it.
Okay, so why is regular exercise important to person's health?
Okay, based on my research and based on what we see, everybody believes everybody that has people that are let me say big, yes. are those with the word layman language they call it big, yeah,
okay.
fat. They believe those are the people that actually need exercise.
Yes.
But I would say wrong, because I've seen a situation whereby somebody who you refer to as fat or big can do so many things when it comes to being active, being
keeping fit,
you know, smart when they walk and all that. And somebody who is slim, like we say, can't do most of these things. Before they take a walk from here to that side, they're already weak. You understand? So I think it's good for everybody in overall workouts. And when it comes to diseases, everybody needs to work out, because when you participate in physical activities, you are less to complain about any other thing. Like, you will be healthy.
Yes, I heard something about that too, that keeping fit helps in reducing the risks of any diseases.
Yes, that's true.
Haha, that's so amazing. Okay, how much exercise is recommended per week? Like, if someone wants to engage in exercise, how much can you say, okay, should it be frequent, should it be every day or something like that?
Okay, when it comes to the amount of time to be spent in exercise, I personally, as a trainer, I will say it depends on an individual. For somebody who has a daily job, for somebody who works in an office that wants to exercise, you can't compare that with somebody that is a full-time, that is free. Probably what your work are mobile, I don't know.
Yes,
you are self-employed,
yes.
and all that. So you have to understand, that is where the works of a trainer comes in. You have to understand their busy schedule, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody who says, okay, you have to ask them, how many days will you be chance to exercise? If they tell you 3 times in a week, which is okay. If they tell you 2 times in a week, which is okay. And you don't want to give them a kind of exercise that would allow them to go for their daily obligations. So I think that's one of the importance of exercise, not just training yourself to kill yourself and not doing any other thing. So okay. And it's a gradual process, but normally the average time an individual should spend exercising, if you are working out, if you have the normal standard is 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay.
For busy schedule in a day, you should, like let me say when you're working out up to 1 hour, you should be good, depending on the kind of exercise you're doing.
So that's your own recommendation, like 1 hour exercise. Okay.
Yes, based on the kind of, we have some programs though that you do for just 30 minutes, and the vibe, the energy, what you're gaining is like somebody who's running a cardio of 1 hour.
Yes.
So that is it.
Okay, what are the type of exercise to include in a daily or weekly exercise?
Okay, strength training is what you shouldn't avoid to do. I mean, strength training is what you should do. Strength training is very, very important.
Stretching.
Strength. I mean stretching. Strength training. When you start your workout, it is important to warm up.
Okay.
Then after warming up, try and do some stretching. And after stretching, you need to do strength training. It is very, very important. It strengthens the system, bones, and everything.
Okay.
So strength training is what you need to do. You need to lift something. That's just it. You need to lift something, because
and that's what I want to say, that it's not everybody that know what the strength training is.
Okay.
So you can just
the word strength training can be with there are strength training that has to do with body weight. Okay. But sometimes you need some weighted equipment, let me say some equipment that has like force. Yeah, lifting is actually, but when you're starting, you can start with stuff like resistance band. They have some little force as a starter. You know, you don't just want to go to the weight section and lift something. Some people even think weight is something that give you muscle, but training for muscle is entirely something you go really crazy about.
Okay, if you ask me, I would say, okay, if someone wants to have a muscle, it should be like that thing that I used to carry. Like that is the thing that used to give them muscle. Seriously.
Well, I don't know what you mean by carry, but everybody should lift weight, because there's a difference between lifting weight to build muscle and lifting weight to feel healthy or to lose weight. So it's just like when you're lifting weight to build muscle, you lift more compared to somebody that's lifting or doing strength program for burning fat. I think this is where people get it all wrong.
Yes.
So if you are, for example, if you are to lift weight, you're going on 8 reps. A bodybuilder knows is going to 15 or 20 reps. I mean repetition by the word reps. So it is a two different thing. You are not growing muscle because you're doing a strength program. A strength program has a way it is scheduled.
I'm actually interested in what you say.
So a strength program is actually, there's a way it is scheduled. You run it. That's why in everything you need a trainer. Because training for muscle, it's really, I won't use the word crazy so that people won't run away for those who wants to grow muscle. So to grow muscle, when you're doing a repetition of 15, 20 reps, if you're lifting, you have to go like 15, 20 reps more. That means you're training for hypertrophy. But for training for strength, you need a force, something that will challenge the fat. Let's talk about weight loss now. Something that will challenge your body. There's a way the force take over the fat. I don't know. You understand?
Okay.
So there are two different things, but we just have to like tell people that strength training doesn't mean that you're going muscle. It's all about what you're doing, how many reps you're going. Even let's even talk about ladies that used to build their shapes to look good, you know, all of that. If you want a perfect shape, that's what I'm talking about. If you want a perfect shape for yourself, you want a nice physique, you don't just do cardio. Everything is not about jogging. For example, somebody who wants to, you know, they are individual and what we call individual difference. When you train an elderly person, as long as you are 50 years upward, if you have not been participating in physical activities, there's this assurance that you might have a weak bone. In fact, the more you grow older, your bone gets weakened. And the best thing to do is not just running. I'm not saying you shouldn't do cardio. Cardio sometimes helps in different things when it comes to flexibility. You know, doing a particular exercise for long can help in your flexibility and all that. But when it comes to training the elderly, the young, or anything, strength training, because someone that has a weak bone, you won't recommend that person to start jogging all the time or to start doing stuff like jumping jacks. But you want them to do some strength. There's a way strength training strengthens the bones. If you look at top elderly people now, ask them, they do more of strength training because the bones already getting weakened. So you need to do something to wake it up and to get him more active. So everything we do, we carry, we lift, we do in everything we work. So strength training can be a compound training. And what do I mean by compound training? We have exercise like deadlift, you have exercise like squatting. It doesn't have to be big weight. You have to start somewhere and they become simple. The theory is simple to complex.
Yes.
Not you just because I said lift weight.
And we start going lifting too.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Moving on. What are the realistic expectation of someone that is keeping fit,
Okay.
or during the period of keeping fit?
Okay. Being my experience, like my experience in the fitness industry, or let me say being a fitness trainer, I see people getting something wrong and people losing interest in one thing. And that thing is that when people start exercising, you have, especially for somebody who is starting or somebody who has done it for long, and one way or the other wants to resume back, he or she, this is what you do. Your body is not used to what you've been doing before. So it is normal for you to feel something we call soreness, to feel sore. I don't know, maybe you get my point.
Yes, I get it.
So like, and when we talk about sore, it's like a temporary pain that comes because you were doing something your body is not used to before. You get? So what you should do at that moment is that continue the workout. It doesn't last for, highest is a week, 3 days. With my experience, I've seen people highest, I think 3 days, 4 days, if you're active. All these things will go. But the best thing again is that there's no magic. If you're asking me the realistics about either weight loss or building muscle, you don't just get it in 2 weeks. No.
You have to be consistent.
No, you have to be consistent. While you participate, you know a lot of things and you know that, oh yes. And another thing I will say is that our bodies are different.
Yes, that was just it.
So that is it.
Okay, what training would you suggest for someone that wants to lose weight?
Like I said earlier, when you asked
Yes.
one question, I said strength program is very
It's
important.
like I'm asking for exposure.
It's
But
actually
still,
nice.
you have to talk about it.
But now you're asking me weight loss. So let's talk about weight loss. Let me talk about weight loss. For the time being, let me share my experience about that. I wrote something on my Facebook about this. I said for about 5 years, I've been a trainer, and all I've been giving people is cardio. Yeah, let's talk about the reality now. I'm talking about things in the past.
Yes.
Because now that I'm a certified trainer, there are a lot of things I'm exposed to, and it actually worked. If I would tell you, I've been training people on weight loss for about, let me say, about 5 years ago. I've actually been giving cardio. When you talk about cardio, I will give you any form of cardio, running. You have this endurance, but the thing is, at a point, is not actually getting people to the optimum level, and I'm actually disturbed about what actually works. Then I do more research, and that's why I need to like go more into this fitness. And you won't believe me that just a year of going into strength training and adding it with little cardio, it has actually transformed a lot. In fact, let me say, most of the clients I train now, they will see changes in between 2 to 3 months. There are changes compared to when I was taking ordinary cardio. So now sometimes we do cardio to warm up sometimes, and strength training is what we perform the more, because strength training is just the best when it comes to weight loss.
Amazing, level up.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, you said something about soreness the other time, but I'll still ask you this question. When it comes to muscle soreness, is there exercise or tips that help relieve the muscle soreness?
Yes, because we can't discuss about exercise that will relieve the soreness and without saying why you're having your body is being sore. Now, there are 2 or 3 things that can cause you being sore. I mean, I don't know how you put it. Number 1, when you need to exercise and you take it too far. When you take your exercise too far for the first time, you feel the soreness, and there's nothing else you can do than to calm down and continue your workout. Another thing is, when you're ready to take your exercise to the next level, probably you start practicing some workouts your body is not used to. You will feel this soreness in your body. And number 2, when you work hard, let me say, how would I put it? Let me say, you overtrain your body. If you overtrain your body, you feel stuff like that. So what is the best thing to do at that moment is that what you do is that you might need to do some stretching, proper stretching for your body. for your body to calm down. And there's what I do for people I train. I personally have this massage gun. When you tell me you are feeling this, or okay, I don't need to off your shirt, I don't need to do anything, just go to the joint and put my massage gun. So I would say, if you feel stuff like that, something like that, it is good for you to get a massage, some stretching, and continue your workout. It's when the word sore, being sore, or let me say soreness, is a temporary pain. It's a pain that comes temporarily, so it doesn't last. The highest I think I've seen is 4 days. If you are consistent, if you train like 4 consecutive 4 days.
Because what you're actually saying is has happened to me before. I went for an exercise because I just want to do it. I want to do what I do.
You might think exercise is hard.
When I
That's
get
the
home,
problem.
come and see how my body is eating a lot.
That's
So
where the thing is.
there was a day too that I now went for the same exercise, but after the exercise I do this stretching. I didn't even know that I do anything. My body was so
That's the scope.
seriously. Okay, moving on. What are the do's and don'ts for exercise?
Okay. I would say again, this is where it is very, very important here that you should learn corrective exercise. The exercise you do, injury sometimes comes due to the wrong exercise you've been doing. So when you do exercise, don't rush things. Because you see Taiwo lifting so heavy and you want to be like Taiwo, ask Taiwo about his or her journey. He will tell you where our foundation is, how it started. So sometimes what we see on the internet and the Instagram, those people are people that have been training for ages, and you get better every day. So start easy. The theory of exercise is simple to complex, not complex, hard. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So take it easy on yourself. Learn the corrective exercise. There's nothing wrong when you see somebody doing a particular exercise and you walk up to that person. Please, can you just teach me this move? I want to know how to do it. When you do a wrong exercise, and as time goes on, you see that the body is injured. So that is it.
Okay, what are the different forms of exercise for different individuals?
Okay, now that is where the cardio aerobic strength training comes in. I don't have problem with somebody that trains for healthful living. If you're just training to be okay, you don't need a flat tummy, you don't need a weight loss, you don't need to grow muscle, you just want to feel good. There's nothing wrong in jogging, doing cardio. I won't say there's something wrong with that, because you just want to train to feel good. Probably you want to sweat out. At the same time, strength training is important, and if you're not injured in your body, you can do all these things. But when you're going on weight loss or training the old age, you need to do strength training. I keep on repeating this. You need to. I'm not saying don't do cardio now. Let's talk about it. Cardio is very important in working out. Even when you're growing muscle, at least if you can maintain 2 days a week, do some cardio. It gives your body this stretching of your life you don't want to, because when you lift muscle, your body, you're meant to have some stiffness in your body. You understand what I'm saying? So participating in cardio should be, people believe that cardio is the key to their weight loss. Now here's the thing, when you do cardio, I want to say something. Before we start, before I will continue with cardio is not good or cardio is bad, I want everybody to know that you coming out to exercise, you're better than that person sitting at home.
Yes, definitely.
So that either you do cardio or strength, you are good, you are better. But now, you know, everything has a step. Yeah. Once you are into it, you need to understand that there are still so many things involved. So if you're training for muscle, you need to lift weight, you need to do that. Cardio once in a week is okay. It makes you feel good, give you some more energy to lift more. Yes, I experienced that myself. And when it comes to weight loss, have a day you do cardio. If you have to do cardio once or twice in a week, it is cool. Then in fact, if you're training like, let me say 4 times in a week for weight loss, your cardio should be a day, and you should do little cardio to warm up. Then the next thing should be a strength training. Lift a moderate weight that gives you some challenges. It doesn't have to be, like I said, heavy.
Okay, we can't speak about exercise and not talk about nutrition and supplements. So explain to us how your food content and supplements contribute to your successful fitness.
Yeah, when we talk about exercise alone cannot work your body. Now, I have issues with when a trainer is telling you about exercise, the trainer will tell you exercise is the key to weight loss.
Yes.
When you say a nutritionist, what you eat actually matters. But let me say one thing with my experience. If you exercise, you will see changes to a particular point at a stage. There's a stage when you eat well, you will see changes to a point. But I would say if you exercise alone, you're not eating healthy. Or all you do is drink, smoke. There's a limitation to it. So the fact that you're exercising, people will know in your body or yourself you feel good. You might see some changes. But there's a level we call plateau. This plateau stage is a stage where there will be a stop and you might feel frustrated. And you'll be like, my body is no more changing. You understand? And the same thing in nutrition, because if you eat healthy and all you do is sit down in the office 24/7, I am sorry to say there will be a limitation to how far your body can improve. So the best advice I will give, I am not a certified nutritionist, but in the industry I've been training people and we've been working on diet as well. So all I will say is that when you exercise, don't just believe exercise is the only key, but exercise and eat healthy. And how will I put that? For so long I've been following the nutritionist, dietitian, and they will say something when I seek for their advice. People who know about the nutrition, they will say, when people ask me, everything we have in Nigeria is EBA, and all that.
Now,
the same question.
Imagine when you want to reduce your weight and then you get back home to eat EBA.
Now, the same question when they throw it to me, being a fitness trainer, I'll throw it back to this dietitian. This is what I'm facing, and they'll be like, it's not about. Yes, these are normal food. Yes. For example, when you want to eat swallow, you're eating your swallow with vegetable. The amount of the vegetable is the content of the food. Yes. Not you having a big head of eba or you know what I'm saying, a carbs. Imagine a carbs and your vegetable, and even on that vegetable, it is all this cow meat you put there where you have to have like fish, crayfish.
I watch you doing work.
So you have to like take more of that nutritious aspect, which is the vegetable. Yes. And the fish, the crayfish, should be even at times most times should be more than the eba you are eating. So that's the thing.
Okay, to end the discussion, what do you have to tell the general public about keeping fit?
Like I said earlier, exercise only for weight loss. Now people exercise to gain weight. I mean for a lady now. I've seen people I've seen people
exercise to gain weight.
Yes, in a healthy way. Yes. People exercise to gain weight. That is why we say they are exercise for an individual. When you exercise to gain weight, when you're losing weight, you eat less compared to what you do. Yes. You lose weight. Now, when you exercise to gain weight, you eat more compared to what you are burning. Are you getting me now? So what you do is that you eat healthy, but you take more calorie. You eat more, but healthy. You understand? You take more of protein, eat more. Either you are building up or you are losing weight. Everybody needs protein in their body. But now as a bodybuilder, you take more. As someone who wants to lose weight, you eat. I'm not actually saying eat less, but control the way you eat. But somebody wants to gain weight, you need to eat more and do more strength training. That is where the word strength training comes in. Now for a lady, doing strength training does not mean you want to get this muscle. There are moderate strength training you do. And there's a gene in the lady that you can't train like men and have muscle like that. Yeah, for ladies, there's this I don't know how to put it. There's a way there's this thing, the way God creates a man, that when you train for muscle, you get it compared to a lady. So you are not gaining that muscle because you're doing a strength training. And like I said, training for hypertrophy, for muscle gain is different from training for weight for strength training, weight loss. So there are two different things.
Thank you very much. As you have heard from my guests, take it easy on yourself and do good exercise and make sure you eat healthy. Not as if then you want to gain, you want to reduce weight, then you get home and be eating it, but it's not possible like that. Anyways, that will be the end of today's program. Join us next time, and I'm Yetunde Alanamu.